Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. I am going to continue into the investigation, providing clues into why Abu Muhammad al-Jawlani, the leader of the Salvation Government, has murdered Abu Mariya Al Qahtani. He has, and we'll explain why. We'll show clues. We'll continue with this investigation. This is a picture of Abu Mariya Al Qahtani from long ago, and we're going to look into some of the evidence from the crime scene of his murder. So, in this picture, this is one of the original pictures for Abu Mariya Al Qahtani's Twitter, and was like hugely representative of him. He, at this time, he was in the revolution for Syria, and he was participating with the armies in his whichever way, whatever role he was, which was leadership. And this is a picture of him standing on a higher ground and looking across at the beautiful land, and that it is a fertile land. These are agricultural lands. And then you can see on the horizon more elevations, and I don't know exactly where this is, but this is a representation of him, and he has his back to the camera, and he is very happy and smiling. This is joy. This is exhilaration, and he was free in his face. He did not have to cover it in this time. Finally, in this time, and he had his weapon on his back, so it showed the need to have the protection to watch your back, to protect your back. And it showed that he did not feel the need to be on the ready with it, and that it wasn't his role really to carry about this weapon. The weapon was for protection and to, to cover his back. So this is greatly representative of a revolutionary leader. And I want to just contrast this with his more recent one. So this, I believe, is also a picture of Abu Mariya Al Qahtani, and this was about maybe 5 years ago. And you can see that in this picture, he's fully free. He doesn't have the keffiyeh. He does not have the big scarf over his head. It has been switched to a more completely scholarly role. He does not feel the need to protect himself anymore at his back. He is proud, and he is no longer smiling. He is just more at peace. It's completely agricultural. Those mountains have disappeared in the background. So he is in some kind of green and farmland, and it must be the height of summer, because look at the when the sun in the summertime is the greatest. That is when you see these greens, this incredible reflection of the light. And so this was a very warm time, and he's still covered, and he's still wearing his signature green color. And this is Qahtani in his last, and the images, and Qahtani knows this, the images are really essential communication pieces for us, and he knew that. So in this time, and now he's got on his head, and this was essential, the flag for the Jabhat al-Nusra, and that he has, so that was an essential. This means that his forward thinking is on this banner, and that he has hidden under his jacket the Palestinian, and this shows the Palestinian connection, but that he has concealed it, that he will not in this time be waving the banner for Palestine. So these are messages. This is Qahtani has told us who he is, and especially this, I mean, this mask is really essential. He could have chosen anything, but he has chosen, this is an end time symbol, this corona mask. And then his posture. First, there is the weapons. These were other pieces. Now the weapons have returned. He is no longer able to be at peace. But he has been able to relax in a home. So now he is not out and about, and this was not an accident, because he could have walked outside at any time. So he has found comfort. So now it's like armchair talk, and he has the weapon behind the couch. So that means that for the most part he's going to be sitting here, but at any time, if he has to, he can reach back and he can use this. And the rifle is for long range. So that means that he is showing us a symbol that at any time in the comfort of his home, that he may have to think about protecting from a far away threat, because it's got a long nose. Then there is the short nose gun, which is this one, and that shows you, first, the weapon is not placed. This is the handguns are made for close range. That means that you would only use the handgun if you needed to stay protected in your home. Inside the home, he needs to have protection, and he told you that. And not only that, but the weapon is not pointed to the camera, so he is not concerned about the threat in the audience. He has pointed the gun purposefully away and toward, right at the handle. And there's of course this patch here, and it may have been an illusion, but more importantly, that this one, what's very essential about this is that Al Qahtani came as a armband of pride, as if he was a special forces with elite skills. He has worn this patch for the flag of the Islamic State, and that goes to show you the forward thinking. It's Jabhat al-Nusra, and it's the banner of pride is the Islamic State. So they're here, and this, the need for the protection inside of his home that he is thinking about, it's toward this, it's looking back, it's towards his history. And in this image, he has assumed, this is a typical, the cross-legged, this is a regular Arab way of sitting. And he has rested a hand gently, as if saying, I take care of you, and I love you, and I am protecting you. This is a comforting. The fingers are soft. They are lightly touching. This is a affectionate touch, and it's self-directed to himself. So he is self-soothing. He is saying, "You're okay." And then with the other one, it's up on the arm. So this is a signal of being uncomfortable, of maybe needing to move when you are keeping your arms in an up posture. And this arm is more relaxed, but also it's got a thumb back. So these arms are poised. This is a grabbing gesture, and this is a defensive, because you see that what he's done is he's brought his shoulders up so that it can protect this area. And those are just instinctual body postures. So this is the state that he felt. And in the facial expressions, we can guess what's under the masks by the eyes that he is staring very intently right at you inside the camera. And that shows that he does want the attention and need the attention, or he is interested in the attention of the audience. He has done all of this, the flags, the postures, the symbols and everything. He's done all of this for you. So now more clues. Okay, here's more clues. This one, this is an honoring for the killed leaders. This one, Al-Shami was killed after Al-Jolani did a documentary with Martin Smith, and the day he was killed, they dropped the documentary. And you see that it's essential to look at the expressions of the men to know their states. And Jolani will be looking at this himself, even if the men don't know it, or if the men feel, because the one who is attacking is the one that is the most aware of the dangers. So you can see here the expressions of the men in the room. This one is like, questioning, looking. And this one, and mind you, there is a panel behind them of the killed leaders. And this was near the time that he was killed. And this is the expression. Guess who did it? And there's more, and you see it all the time. He is constantly with this. And another signal about killers is the postures, and you'll see this in people who are psychopathic killers, and that is the body posture. So the postures are completely different. And what you're going to notice is and I must demonstrate, is that for the ones who allow their mind to degenerate or stay underdeveloped, they his mind frame is very much something like you would see as a child, and the body postures mirror that. So this is a very childlike stance, and you don't know it because you've got it on an adult body. But the child, and I tell you why it's a childlike stance, because it's the shoulders are back, The stomach is pushed over, and it's this is, the shoulders are back, the stomach is pushed forward, the arms are loosely at the sides, like as if the child is coming up to you like this. And the reason why the children do that is because the children are very accustomed to having, first the baby is in the mother's body and it's held very tight, and then it's a small child and they are being held, and then when they're younger they very much, you know, about the touching. So the children are very aroused. It is a signal of arousal. And where is arousal of the body and pleasure of the body in greatest form? It's here and here. This is where you get aroused from. And that is why the children go out like this, because they have always been touched there. And then when you see that underdeveloped, childlike reflection of the psychology, you're going to see that stance. And then especially the legs are going to turn very loose like this, and they're going to go from forward facing legs to very loosed out legs. And this is a signal about it. And why is it that this one is the only one with the smart look on his face? These ones, this one in the eyes, and this one, and this one, and the only one who's got a smart look on his face is the killer. Then there are these other signals in the images, like here again, he is loosely and happy and comfortable, and he has again hidden this under, because unlike the other banners, he will not be flying this flag. This one, it's concealed, and the eyes are very happy because it's the young generation. And of course they are even happier than he is, clearly, of course, because they're children. And this one is one of the images when this is a few years ago, when he was greatly in the workings of whatever Al Jolani's project is in the Salvation Government. And you can see that he has tried to relax his knees. So he's trying to relax, and he couldn't. He still has to, like he wants to. He's being made to show the signs. It's a forced relaxation. It's like I can't move. I can't move. But I would like to. And that's, and you see the hands come out, and you see how he cannot relax. The shoulders have to come up. And the eyes try to tell you a story. So the eyes tell you the story. And here's another one. This one, sweet, supportive face. This one, sweet, supportive face. This one, very nervous, eyes are wider, and is focused concern. Very different approach. So these are the men's own thoughts on the situation. And the last one, smart looks. Every time some kind of wild-eyed, completely different. Why would Al Jolani be looking like this when Al Qahtani is looking like this? And why is it that these men can smile softly and this one has to give you the crazy smile? Because he's thinking about something different. That's why. He is not thinking about what we are thinking. And here is an image of a different leader. And with him, he was assassinated. And he was assassinated on the battlefronts of Aleppo. And the interesting thing about that, his killer, is that the killer was supposedly in the battlefield, which means that you would need to use the long range weapons, and that is not what he has protected himself from. He has chosen to get a baby handgun, which is meant for protection close range or on your streets or in your home. Certainly not going to use this for anywhere that's farther than where you parked your car. So, and he holds it with two hands, and he holds it in front of him like this, because he knows, because he's protecting himself here in the most essential part. So he knows that the pressure is on, and it's very near him, and he's very courageous, and he is looking to the future, and he is looking for justice. And you can just tell everything about the man. You can tell all of his hopes and his dreams and his most intimate feelings right there as he was protecting himself. So, and we're nearing the last pictures that for the moment that we will observe, and that is, this is maybe some kind of microphone or like little string for a like loop or something on a jacket maybe, but there's something here, and this box is so small there, and it was not damaged. And the thing that concerns me the most is that the story of the murder is said that the three men came, one holding the sword, this gift, and that they wanted to take pictures and present it to him, and then that someone had a bomb in the room all of this time, and then that it was remotely detonated. So therefore, the man who was going to hold the bomb and kill himself in order to assassinate the leader, he could not be trusted to execute the mission. So reinforcement by remote control of his mission. There was remote control over this killer to complete the killing. And the expressions. This one, the eyes are red, completely bloodshot red. Why? It's like he has been crying. It's like he has been crying. The eyes are completely bloodshot. And meanwhile, this one has got a sweet, gentle, almost interested And this one, what did they tell him? What is he thinking? Did you just get some new message from the man who's giving you this that you need to think about? So he is thinking some kind of smart thoughts, but we don't know what. We just can see that the awe of this junk, of this metal. Oh, so maybe somebody said it's gold and diamonds. It's a sword of diamonds, and the man said, "Oh, so interesting." So, and Qahtani does not feel the same that they do. And then the last image that we will show, and we must look at the crime scene. The last images are the scene of the crime, and the idea is that they know who walked in the room, whose friend, who introduced you. How come we're not seeing this on the news? So somebody was allowed to walk into this room. 3 men were allowed to walk into this room. They were allowed to talk with everybody. And now that you've assassinated an essential leader to us, that nobody has anything to say about what happened. So they have the face of the killer there. They know the faces, and they took pictures and video of the killers in the room, and they were introduced by means of friends. So they know where this leads. And they have not told us. They will not tell us. So inshallah, we will continue with the investigation into the clues. And this is the last thing I meant to say, is that why is it so important, this man Al Qahtani, who has had many sins in his life and maybe has done some wrong things, why was it so essential to preserve his life and his existence and his path and his future in the life of our society? Why was that so essential? It was very essential because there is a program at work that is made to destroy the prisoner of war statuses in order to allow governments to have a free-for-all on their people. And he was one of the biggest representations of that. And if we were able to reverse the lies on him, and it was owed to him, it was justice, that we had to return the justice to that man or of all the lies, and to allow him to settle his city, settle his home, settle his family, let them have their home in their life. And this program will be the destruction of all of us. And when he was murdered, it was entirely a slap in our face, saying that we can do this. We can do this injustice. So we need to continue to take every clue, and there are 1,000 more clues, and they are there waiting. We just have to be able to take a minute and to focus them. Allahu Akbar.